It's your job as a parent to create a safe environment for your children. You can't protect your child from getting hurt. You just can't. They don't feel safe talking to you. Conditional love is not love. Don't be the monster under the bed that your child is afraid of. Be the person they call to get the monsters under the bed. Don't be the monster under the bed. Because they never had a safe environment. They were never taught better. Stop blaming your parents for the situation you're in. You don't have to wait for others to validate you.
We're gonna talk about a scary story. Gonna talk about a scary story.
Hi, hello, good night. I'm Jordan Angelis and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I have a very juicy topic. Alright, we are discussing the challenges of growing up as a Jehovah's Witness, what it's like to grow up with strict Jehovah's Witness parents, and the impact it can have on trust. But don't worry, we're not just here to talk about the problems, okay? We are solution focused people. We are rooted in solutions, so we're also going to explore some constructive, effective solutions to help. First, we're going to talk about the struggles that JW kids have to endure when growing up in these strict households. Then we're going to discuss the impact that these struggles have on trust between parents and children. And last but certainly not least, we're going to talk about helpful solutions to build stronger, healthier relationships. A quick disclaimer. I am not a parent, okay? I have never been a parent. I have no idea what it's like to be a parent. I'm in no way, shape, or form saying that I know how to parent a child and I know what it's like to have a child, because I don't. I really don't know. I've never experienced being a parent. I know being a parent is a huge responsibility and it takes a lot of work, so I'm not downplaying that, and I'm not in their shoes.
However,
being a parent is also a choice. And if you choose to be a parent, you need to choose to love and care for your child the way they deserve to be cared for and loved. The right way. So let's get into it. Y'all did not tell me my laptop was in the way. Okay. Can y'all see that? No. Okay. First, we are going to understand what the struggles are, because so many people don't know what it's like to grow up as a witness. Number one, in a witness household, there's a huge emphasis on crazy rules, huge restrictions, and a very tightly knit community of witnesses, and you're kind of just stuck in this JW bubble and you're not allowed to come out of it. So let's break down the reasons why kids find it very hard to trust their parents, specifically their JW parents. And this video is for JW kids to feel validated and know that your voice is heard, and trust me, you're not alone. And it's also for JW parents, if you do happen to watch this video, which I really hope you choose to do, to just give you some light on the situation and open up your eyes and help you to see that even though you may think you're raising your child in the best way because this is what is best and what you think is right for them, and because you love them, sometimes your way is not the right way. Even if you think it's the right way, it's not always the right way. Okay, the first thing, limited exposure. Literally, the bubble. The JW bubble, yeah, you ain't getting out of that bubble. You ain't going into the real world. This is because worldly influences are evil and wicked. Worldly people are simply people who are not Jehovah's Witnesses. Out of the billions of people in the world, there's about 8 million witnesses in the whole entire world. And it's just getting lower and lower. So every other person that's not a witness is considered wicked and you cannot trust them.
hello.
Being taught this, especially at a very young age, is indoctrination. And it can really hinder a child's ability to understand different perspectives and make informed decisions on their own, because they're so dependent on their parents to tell them what to do, what to think, who to be, all of that. They're not allowed to hang out with kids from school. They're not allowed to have extracurricular activities. Oh no, you can't go over your neighbor's house to go play soccer, to go throw a ball. No, you ain't gonna do any extracurricular sports. No, you're not gonna get into sports games. No, you're not gonna have soccer practice. You're not gonna have basketball practice. So all you are gonna do is focus on knocking on some doors. You gonna knock on some doors. That's what you gonna do. They're not even allowed to trust their own teachers or guidance counselors that can actually help them, because like I said before, they're worldly, so they cannot be trusted. This cuts them off from learning valuable lessons, from being able to grow healthily, from forming healthy relationships, and it keeps them from meeting genuine friends and from becoming their own person, their own individual person. Their individuality is stripped away from them before they even get a chance to know who they are. They're told who they are. They don't get to decide who they are. It's already decided for them before they're even born. And because they're so closed off from the world, because they're so imprisoned in their home or imprisoned in JW fantasy land, they can find it really hard to have a social life and to relate to normal people because they're so closed off. So all of those social skills that they would learn being out in the real world, they don't have that. So they're kind of, not all of them, but you kind of just lean towards being like a weirdo, like weird and awkward, and really you don't know how to communicate with people. It can be very frustrating and it can lead to social anxiety, depression, all of those mental health issues. It is not fun at all. The second reason why JW kids can't trust their parents is because of fear. Fear of rejection. Fear is a huge reason why your kids won't talk to you. They don't feel safe talking to you. They're scared if they tell you how they really feel deep inside, you're gonna punish them, or you're gonna think bad of them. You're gonna think that they're a horrible person, and they're scared that you're gonna punish them for their feelings. This is because some parents, I'm not saying all JW parents are like this, by the way. Some JW parents, a big, huge majority of Jehovah's Witness parents are like this. I'm not saying all of these parents are like this. I'm not even saying my own parents were like this. I'm not saying they weren't, but I'm just saying this for the general public, the general JW public, okay? Some of y'all parents have not created an environment for your children that makes them feel safe to be truly honest with you, and then you get upset when your kids don't talk to you. You think your kids are hiding from you or have secrets from you. Yeah, because you've never made them feel safe to talk to you? Come on now. Fear is intense, and fear can make you do a lot of things. You have the fear of being rejected by the JW community. You have the fear of being kicked out of your house if you express your feelings, if you express your beliefs, or you express like, hey, this religion that I'm in, I'm kind of not into it. I'm kind of not feeling it. I'm not saying I don't respect your beliefs. I totally respect your beliefs, but I just don't think this religion is for me. No, they can't tell you that, because guess what? If you say that you ain't with this religion no more, sayonara, you getting kicked out. But most of all, the real fear is that they will be disowned and cut off and shunned by their entire family. No one wants that. I would be scared too. I was scared of that. So because of all this fear of rejection and what could happen if they share their true inner thoughts and feelings, this leads them to keep their thoughts and struggles to themselves, which stops any sort of conversation, any sort of communication you think you can have with your children. Nope, they're not gonna have it because they don't trust you. They can't trust you. Your children can't be honest with you. And this leads to depression, and it leads to your child suffering in silence. You can't say, oh, little Johnny, little Sarah, you can talk to me about anything. But do you really mean that? Or if they say something you don't like, are you gonna threaten them with, oh, well, if you don't want to serve Jehovah, if you want to leave Jehovah, you getting kicked out, okay? Or we're gonna treat you differently. Or we're gonna have you have millions of meetings with grown men that's not your family to talk you down and Bible you down and try to fit you into the image that we want for you.
I feel you're in a dangerous place.
Why would your children talk to you if that's what's gonna happen? As a Jehovah's Witness, you are constantly being told that you are unworthy without the religion, and if you ever even think to disobey the orders that you're given, Jehovah God, the Most High, he gonna come down with his son Jesus, or Jesus is gonna come down. It's been so long. One of them or both of them, they gonna come down on their little white horses with the little 188,000 angels, and they gonna come and kill you. It's gonna be a big fire. It's gonna be Armageddon. They gonna come for all the wicked people, and they gonna kill off all the wicked people and all the disobedient people. That is what you are taught. That is terrifying. You are taught that from birth. And what's even worse is that as soon as you're born, you are already scared to death and scared that you're gonna die. If you were in it for a minute, If you were in it for a minute, then you know the book of Bible stories. Those Bible stories that we were taught and we read at night, every single night. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That is what gave me fear. I would go to bed scared every single day because I'd be like, oh my gosh, Jehovah gonna come for his world today and we gonna all die because I'm not living up to his expectations. It was ridiculous. JW kids have the belief that they're only deserving of love and they will only receive love if they follow the rules. This is a very, very dangerous belief to have because they grow up believing that they have to accept toxic treatment, and toxic treatment from other people is the definition of love because that's what they were taught. They were taught that toxicity is love and that in order to receive love, they have to accept toxic treatment, which is not true. Invalidated children are likely to develop extreme insecurity, low self-esteem, depression, and an unhealthy emotional expression. They don't know how to express their emotions, how to feel their emotions. They don't know that their feelings matter. It takes away their sense of existence, their sense of worth. They don't feel like they're worth anything. They don't have self-worth. It leads to feelings of shame, guilt, anger. Okay, that anger, guilt, and worthlessness. Receiving love should never be up for discussion. It should be automatic, no questions asked. It shouldn't be, if you do this, then you will be loved. No. Love should be automatic, no matter what. The only acceptable reason to have children is because you want to nurture, love, and care for another human being. Human being, not an object. Not because you want someone to further your religion and you want to fill the earth with people that believe the same things as you do, and you want to fill the earth with people that'll be members of your religion. Mind you, a religion that you choose to be in. It is a choice that is selfish and inconsiderate. Your child is not your property that you own. Your child is not an extension of yourself. They don't belong to you. They are human beings. They're not objects. They're not property. They are human beings with their own thoughts, their own individuality, and their own beliefs. And by the way, I'm really sorry about the lighting. I got my ghetto light right here that is just not helping me at all. The sun is going down, so I'm sorry, y'all. It is your job to help your child become a better person, not to build a mini version of you, or the mini version of you that you wish you could have been in your past, or the mini version of you that's gonna accomplish all your failed hopes and dreams. No, you already lived your life. And by the way, if you're watching this video, you're still living. You can still accomplish your dreams and your goals, but don't force that onto your children. It's not your children's job to do that for you. It's your job. And if you don't want to do that, your choice. Your choice. It's not your child's job to fulfill your dreams. Stop living vicariously through your children. You gonna feel the attitude with this one, because one thing about me, when I'm passionate about something, that attitude is gonna come out. Stop living vicariously through your children. You need to help your children become the best them, not the best you. To bring a child into this world with expectations is selfish. Now, I'm not saying you can't have a child and expect them to have manners, to be respectful, to have love for one another, to be a good person, to be giving. That's obvious. Of course you want your child to be like that. But when it comes to beliefs, right? When it comes to what your child should believe, what their preference is, what their views on certain things is, that's not up to you. It's up to your child, because they are not you. You are not them.
They are not you. You are not them.
You are yourself. If you have something you want to do in your life, then go out and do it. Stop forcing your child to do it with you or to do it for you. You are the only one with the key to your happiness. If you think your child can accomplish your happiness, you're wrong. You're wrong. You can never and will never be truly happy if you expect other people to bring you your own happiness. Everyone has the key to their own happiness. Everyone is responsible for their own happiness. Not even your partner is responsible for making you happy. Your partner, your parents, your children, they are not responsible for your happiness. You are. You are responsible for your own happiness. They can add to your happiness, especially your partner. Your partner partner's job is to add to your happiness, but it is not to make you happy. You need to supply your own happiness and stop expecting everyone else to be out here to provide your happiness for you. Hello, this whole mentality of, oh, I brought you into this world, I feed you every day, I clothe you every day, I provide shelter for you every day, I pay for your schooling, I let you live here, so you owe me your full obedience, your full control, your full self to do whatever I tell you to do because I'm the grown-up, my roof, my rules. You owe me loyalty to the organization, you owe me loyalty, you owe me every single thing, you owe me the happiness that I can't provide for myself. No, stop it right there. No. To a certain point, if your child is no longer a minor and they're over 18, then to a certain extent, yes, it's your house, your rules. And this goes out to kids too. If you are no longer a minor, your parents pay for the house you're living in. It is their house. Technically, they're allowed to do whatever they want to do, and they are allowed to have whatever rules they want. Is it always healthy rules? Is it always reasonable rules? No. But guess what? You still living with them. So if you don't want that anymore and you're no longer a minor, then it's your job as a child or a teenager or an adult to make a plan and get out. Stop complaining. Seriously, stop complaining. Stop with the complaints, stop with the excuses, and start coming up with some solutions. It's not going to be easy, but the time and energy you're spending on complaining and having excuses and,
Oh, my parents are this. Oh my gosh, the JW life is so hard.
then how about you work and you put the work in to get to a better situation? Your parents are not going to be the one to bring you to your dream life. And you have to stop blaming your parents for what they're putting you through because it is their house. That's it. Your parents are not gonna always live up to what you want them to be. But guess what? It's their house. It's their rules. So you need to be the one to put yourself in the position to do better, to do what you need to do. That's not how life works. It's unacceptable. And parents, children don't owe you a damn thing. Children don't owe you nothing. They never asked to be born. Yes, even if you're not a minor, this still goes, but you know, your house, your rules. But when it comes to children, when it comes to teenagers who are 17 years and younger, they never asked to be born. They did not ask to be born. You decided to have them. So you need to be the one to care for them and love them the way that they deserve to be loved and cared for. No one owes you anything for the things you choose to put yourself through. No one owes you anything for the things you choose to do out of your own will for your own sake, especially not your children. You're the one that got yourself in this situation. You signed up to be a parent. Start acting like one and stop getting at your children because you're projecting onto them or you blame them for whatever situation you're in. It's not your child's fault that they were born. Look in the mirror. You're the one who decided to have a child. Treat them the way they need to be treated. And I'm not trying to attack you parents. Like, I'm sorry if it sounds like I am. I'm genuinely really not. But sometimes like you need a wake-up call. You need a serious wake-up call. Respectfully, do better. It's time you take accountability for the mistakes that you've made in the past. Start healing your childhood trauma and stop projecting your trauma onto your children. Stop blaming your children for your own mistakes. Stop blaming your children for the situations you put yourself in. Stop comparing your children to other people in the congregation. Stop making them feel like they have to be put on a pedestal. Make them feel like they have to be the best JW stellar Christian. You are causing your children to be depressed. Think about it. Just think about it. Don't have children if you can't accept the fact that they're going to grow into a whole person with their own thoughts, sexual preferences, ideologies, values, and beliefs. Don't have children if you can't accept that they're going to be their own person. Don't have children if you can't accept that, oh my goodness, you're not straight, you're bi, you're gay, you're trans. If you can't accept that, then don't have a child. If you can't accept that, oh my gosh, you don't want to be a Jehovah's Witness? Oh my gosh, you don't believe in God? Oh my gosh, you don't believe in Jesus? Even if you do agree with that and you believe that, I respect it. But if other people have their own beliefs, let them. They're not you. You are not them. How that work? Y'all pick up what me I put on because me can't keep Your children, they are a whole entire human being, and they deserve to be treated like one. They're not a little JW minion. They are a human being, just like you. Just like you. No child should ever be forced or conditioned to be a mini you and to fulfill your lost and failed dreams. That is not fair. That is selfish. You may say, oh, but you know what? You're just an apostate. You don't understand. This is the truth. They need to come back to Jehovah. Jehovah's Witnesses is the truth. God is the truth. Blah, 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 blah. Listen, even if it is the truth, it is still their choice. It's still their choice. What's the point if you force them to do something? They may be in it physically, but if their mind is not in it, what's the point? What's the point if Jehovah can see minds and hearts? Yeah, you're forcing them, they're doing the actions, but in their mind and heart, they're not in it. So it doesn't matter. What's the point? What's the point? What are you trying to prove? You trying to prove to the other sisters that your child is perfect? You trying to prove to the elders that you got the perfect child and oh, look at me. No, stop caring about what other people think and start to care about your child. Yeah, start to care about what your child thinks. You never know what your child is going through. Don't take your child's life for granted. Some of these children, some of these teens, they're really going through it. They're really depressed. You'd be surprised the amount of children that have considered ending their life because of this religion. It could be your child. Wake up call. Wake up call. It could be your child. Is it really worth it? Is this religion really worth your child's life? Your child's mental health? Is it? Think about it, please. The third reason why JW kids can't trust their parents is because of the ridiculous restrictions enforced on them. Let me say that again. The ridiculous restrictions forced on them.
The ridiculous restrictions forced on them.
Unrealistic and unreasonable expectations and restrictions make it hard for children to express their individuality, to be themselves, to have their own independent thinking and their own thoughts. They will be scared to question beliefs and to question things and to ask questions because they have fear of judgment and they fear the consequences from their parents. What happens when your child actually goes out into the world and they get into an abusive narcissistic relationship with a woman or a man who abuses them every single day? It doesn't even have to be physically, it could be verbally abuses them, but because they were taught never to question anything, because they were taught to just shut up and let people do what they do without asking questions or else they will be abandoned, then they do that. And then they're stuck in abusive narcissistic relationships. Your parenting right now is going to affect your child forever. It lays the foundation for what your child will accept with other people. What goes on within your household, that's what you need to focus on. Stop being so focused on what other sisters and brothers think and what the elders think. You put on the show and you put on, oh, I have the most perfect child. Then you come home and what happens? What happens? They're suffering in silence, but you put on a fake ass smile when you see the sisters. Hey, stop being fake. What are you trying to prove? No child should ever be afraid to be themselves. No child should be afraid to ask questions. No child should be afraid to have different beliefs from their parents. No child should be afraid to have feelings. Feelings is a natural human emotions, and they should be taught to be expressed freely. They need to be taught on how to manage their emotions healthily. Your children do not have to believe the same things that you believe. You already know. I'm gonna say that again. Your children do not have to believe the same things that you believe. You are not God. You do not own them. They are their own person. I'm gonna say it again. You are not God. You don't own your kids. Your way is not always the right way. You are sometimes wrong. You don't know everything. I know you think you do. And in your big, big heart, you may think you're doing what's best for them, but actually it's what's worse for them. What if I told you that the way you've been raising your child and that raising your child in this religion is leading to your child feeling depressed and suicidal? Would you still force them to be in this religion? Ask yourself that. Is this religion, is serving Jehovah worth losing your child? Because even if you don't lose your child physically, you can lose your child mentally, and they're gonna have resentment towards you. When children question your rules and your traditions that that you just expect them to automatically follow because I'm your parent, I'm older, I'm the adult here, so you need to do what I say because I said so. When they question that, that's a sign of logical, critical thinking and intelligence. That's not a sign of disrespect. That's not a sign that they're troublemakers. That's not a sign that they're rebellious. A lot of parents like to say that their children are being disrespectful when they're simply asking questions or they're simply expressing how they feel.
Don't talk back to me.
I'm just expressing how I feel to you. Stop making your child feel like they need to shut up. What they feel doesn't matter. Their feelings matter. When your children question you, it's not disrespect. It's called independent thinking, which you clearly don't have. And it's just their way of trying to keep themselves safe and protected. If they can't question you, they're not going to be able to question their future partners. And if they can't question their future partners, they're going to tolerate disrespect and they're going to tolerate abuse from their future partners. You're setting them up for failure. You're setting them up for abusive, toxic relationships. The way you parent them is what they're going to tolerate. Asking questions is something to encourage, not to shame. It would be best if you just lost the idea that unquestioned obedience means a good child. No, that is not a good child. That's just a person who's too scared to speak for themselves, who's too scared to stand up for themselves, too scared to think for themselves, and is very easy to manipulate. Parents, you're not always right. You're not God. Stop playing God with your children. I know parenting isn't one size fits all, and it can be very difficult, but please do better. Work harder. Put more effort into learning about your child and caring about your child. Take your beliefs out of it and say, you know what, even though I believe this is the right way, even though I know within myself that this is the truth, I care about my child's mental health, I care about their well-being, and at the end of the day, I just want them to be alive. I just want them to be happy and healthy. Don't you want your child to be happy and healthy? You guys don't have the same definition of happiness. What makes you happy isn't gonna make them happy, and you have to accept the fact that you guys don't have the same definition of happiness and success and what they believe is right. Be more open-minded. Truly be there for your child when they need you. Don't you want to be the person that your child can go running to when something happens? Or are you going to be the one person they're afraid to talk to, and they're afraid to see how you're going to react, and they're afraid of what you're going to say, and they're afraid that you're going to kick them out of the house, they're afraid that they're not going to be loved, they're afraid that they're going to be shat on, they're afraid. Don't be the monster under the bed that your child is afraid of. Be the person they call to get the monsters under the bed. Don't be the monster under the bed. Okay, but low key. That was fire.
Okay, Miss Poet.
Don't just abandon your children because you don't agree with them. That's not love. You may think it's love, but that's conditional love. Conditional love is not love. Love based on conditions is not love. I really just want you to think about how these can impact your child and how it can really affect your child. So now that we've identified some of the challenges that children have to go through, let's explore how these challenges affect trust within the parent and child relationship. Number 1, communication. Your child don't feel safe talking to you, like we stated earlier. They're scared to tell you their deepest thoughts and feelings. They don't trust you. If your child is scared of you, scared of what you will think, scared of what you will do, scared of who you will tell, scared that you might stop loving them, scared that you might stop talking to them, they're not going to trust you. And you may say, oh, I'd never stop loving my child, but if they do this out of love, I'm going to kick them out of my house and I'm going to shun them because they need to serve Jehovah, and if they don't serve Jehovah, I'm not talking to them. That's not love. I know you may think it's love, but that's emotional blackmail. And you probably don't know what emotional blackmail means. Google is free. Google is free. If you treat your child that way, their core belief is going to be, I can't trust my parents. I'm not worthy of love. Nothing I do matters. I can never do anything right. Nothing I say matters. I don't matter. I am a burden. My feelings don't matter. My actions don't matter. I don't deserve love. And so many other limiting beliefs. That's not true. These are the limiting beliefs beliefs that's gonna be jumping around in your child's head because the way that they were raised. You can't expect your child to be open and honest with you if you don't provide a safe and accepting, loving environment for them. These kids, man, being raised in a JW household, a strict JW household, it messes with you and it can mess with your head forever. They have the fear of judgment, rejection from their parents. It's imperative that both the parent and the child find a balance. It's okay for you to have your own beliefs and it's okay for your child to have their own beliefs. You guys need to get to a point where you can respect each other's beliefs without putting the other person down. Find a balance. Allow open communication without repercussions and punishments. Your beliefs matter and your child's beliefs matter. Your child's beliefs and views and ideologies matters just as much as yours. Your beliefs are not higher than your child's beliefs. And if you believe that your beliefs are higher than your child's beliefs just because you're the parent, let me remind you, you are not God. You don't get to decide their life. It's important to have empathy and understanding for your child. If you really want to have a relationship with them, start there. If your child can't trust you, it's going to lead to rebellion. It's going to lead to secrets. Yeah, a lot of it. This is the way that teens assert their independence, the way that they can have an actual social life, aka living a double life. If you're locked in the house all day, monitored 24/7, highly controlled, and you can't make any real true friends, you can't get out of the house, you can't do things that you actually want to do. And I'm not saying going out and going to crazy parties and getting drunk off your booty and doing hard drugs. I'm not talking about that. That's like the very first place your mind goes to when I say children want to do what they want to do. Sometimes they just want to go watch a movie with their friends. That's not a witness, and that's okay. Because they're so imprisoned, they're going to have an amplified, strong, intense desire for independence because you don't let them be themselves. Some kids may rebel, keep secrets from you so that they can have their own identity and they can make choices their way and they can be their own person without the claws in their back. And you know what? This has its benefits and it also has its disadvantages because on one hand, they can try to be their own person, but sometimes they get into really, really dangerous situations because they weren't taught how to deal with it because they were closed off from the world, from everything. They didn't learn the lessons. You can't protect your child from getting hurt. You just can't. It's the world. It's the world. Everyone gets hurt. I know you don't want your child to be hurt, but what you need to do is provide them with the valuable life lessons and the tools in order to handle getting hurt and to get back up and to brush that dirt off. They need to fall. They need to make their own mistakes. They need to learn how to get back up on their own so they can grow and be their own person. Strong, not codependent on you. If they're heavily isolated, it makes them even more likely to rebel and keep secrets from you. You can't get upset at them for keeping secrets because them can't trust you.
They cannot trust you.
Rebellion and secrecy is just a coping mechanism for the way that you raise them. It's coping mechanisms for the way that they've been raised and the way that they've been taught and the ways that they've been treated by their parents and within the JW community. Your kids' rebellious actions and their secrets, it's not because they're a bad kid. It's not. They're trying to live life. They're trying to be their own person. They're trying to be who you're trying to stop them from being. Listen, you can't stop people from being who they want to be. Stop controlling. You can't control what you can't control. You are not God. Stop trying to play God. You need to take accountability and ask yourself, why does my child want to rebel? Why is my child keeping secrets? What have I done or what haven't I done to make them feel this way? Look at yourself, because this type of behavior, it doesn't just happen out of thin air, out of the blue. No, it's been built, it's been brewing in their mind for years and years with the indoctrination. If they felt safe around you, they wouldn't feel the need to be secretive and rebel. They would feel safe to tell you things, to be open with you, to communicate honestly with you. But you haven't created the safe environment for them. So because of that, they can't trust you. It's your job job as a parent to create a safe environment for your children, not the other way around. It's not your child's job to create the safe environment for them to talk to you. It's your job to create the safe environment so they feel comfortable coming to talk to you. Parents need to create an open and non-judgmental space where their children feel comfortable discussing their thoughts and experiences. Another thing is emotional validation. And emotional validation is crucial to having a healthy parent-child relationship. In some JW households, parents don't even acknowledge their kids' emotions. They don't validate their emotions and feelings. They don't even act like they exist. They don't act like it matters. Who cares how you feel? It's all about me. It's all about what Jehovah wants, what Jehovah wants. Really, Jehovah's organization wants. They don't acknowledge and validate their kids' feelings, so it leads to emotional distance. So your child is gonna be distanced from you. They're not gonna wanna talk to you. Then they're going to wanna seek that validation and that understanding from other people outside of you, from other people elsewhere. And some of the places and the people that they go to seek that validation can be in very dangerous places because they are so easy to be manipulated. If you aren't giving your child the validation they need, they're going to look for it elsewhere, and it's not always going to be in safe places. And then you're gonna blame them and say, haha, see, I told you, you went out into the world and look where that got you. Look how that man treated you. Look how that girl treated you. Look what happened to you. You ended up here. You ended up in jail. You ended up on drugs because they never had a safe environment. They were never taught better. They never had their self-esteem lifted up. They never had their emotions validated. They never thought that they were deserving of love. They never thought that they were worthy. So of course they're gonna accept anything. They're gonna accept the dirt of the dirt of the dirt because they were treated like the dirt of the dirt of the dirt, and their worth was dirt. Ask yourself, why are my kids acting this way? Ask yourself and take accountability. Emotions need to be acknowledged and validated. Both parents and children need to feel heard and understood. Even if you don't understand, you need to come to a compromise and respect each other's beliefs. Don't force it down their throats. Now we gonna get to the good part. Let's talk about some constructive solutions. Okay, to my JW youth, my loves, it's crucial and it's so important for you to understand that none of this is your fault. None of this is your fault. You did nothing wrong. You are worthy. You are not responsible for your parents' emotions. You're not responsible for your parents' actions. You're not responsible for your parents' thoughts. You're not responsible if your parent is sad that you don't agree with the religion. You're not responsible for their emotions, their happiness, their wants, their dreams. It's not your responsibility to take care of them. You're not responsible for the reactions you may receive from them when you start to become independent and you start to do your own thing and you start to become yourself. The way they react is not your problem. What other people think of you is none of your concern and it's none of your business. You're not responsible for making your parents understand you. If they don't automatically want to learn to love you the way you are and understand you the way you are, then that's on them, not on you. You didn't do anything wrong. Your beliefs aren't wrong. Everyone's truth is different. You're not gonna believe what I believe, but guess what? I believe what I believe and it's true to me. You believe what you believe and it's true to you, and that is okay. We can both have different beliefs and different truths and still live a good, happy life. You are only responsible for living a life in your truth. You are responsible for creating the life that makes you feel happy, peaceful, and whole. Stop blaming your parents for the situation you're in. Start working, start finding a plan, make a way, go on Google. How do I do this? How am I gonna make the money? How am I gonna get out? You need to be committed to a solution. Don't take no for an answer. Stay silent, make a plan, and work your plan. Make a plan and work your plan. Where there's a will, there's a way. I'm not taking no for an answer. Oh, but my parents are this and I have $0 in my account and I don't have any money and I can't pay for
Excuses, baby.
I don't want to hear it. Everybody's got one. Everybody got an excuse. But guess what? For every single excuse, there is a solution. There is a solution. But you gotta be the one to be determined to find it. Try and fail and try and fail. Keep on making those mistakes, because with those mistakes, you're gonna learn from it. You're not gonna get it right on the first try, the second try. You may not always get it on the first try, the second try, the third try, the millionth time. But I promise you, you will get to a point where you can finally say, yes, I did it. I accomplished what I wanted. I worked hard and I never gave up. You just need to start, and you need to be committed to never giving up, because you're gonna have hard times, but just do not give up. Be committed to a solution, not an excuse. Say it with me. I'm committed to a solution no matter what, not an excuse. I'm determined to get the life that I want and deserve and that I'm worthy of. Even if you don't feel worthy, I don't care. Tell yourself that until you believe it yourself. Write sticky notes and put it on your mirror, put it on your phone, make it your screensaver, make it your lock screen. I don't care what you need to do. You tell yourself that until you believe it. Please and thank you. You are responsible for your own growth. You don't have to wait for others to validate you. You don't have to hold yourself to an impossible, unrealistic standard that your parents hold you to, or the elders hold you to, or the other brothers and sisters hold you to, or your guidance counselor or your teacher or anyone else outside of yourself holds you to. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that just to prove you're the perfect child. You're the perfect student. You're the perfect stellar JW Christian. Stop it. That's not the life that's meant for you. That's not the path you're meant to be on. I know it's hard and I know it's your parents, but you have to realize that your parents are just like you. They are humans just like you. They're imperfect. They make mistakes. They're human beings just like you, and they don't know everything, and they can be wrong. They're not always right. They don't always know what's best for you. They may think they do. They may hope in their hearts that they do, but it's not always true. Do you want to know who's the only person that knows what's best for you? You.
Your gut.
Your intuition. That is who knows. And sometimes you have your parents' voices in your head, so you don't even know what your gut is telling you. You don't know what your intuition is telling you. That's why you need to make a plan to distance yourself so you can listen to yourself. Start meditating. Start doing yoga. Start journaling. Start asking yourself questions. Start figuring out, what is it that I want and how am I gonna get there? All you have to do is decide that you're worthy. Even if you don't believe it, tell yourself that you are. Decide that you're worthy and back that up with actions that lead to your dream life and lead to the happiest, best version of yourself. Because what truly makes you a great person is the fact that you care about being a great person, not others telling you that you're a great person. You need to care about it. You need to be the one to do the actions. You need to live for you. Don't try to save face and try to put on a mask for other people. You're never gonna feel fulfilled. So you need to set boundaries. You need to have an honest conversation with your parents. Choose the right time. Realize that sometimes they're not gonna see things your way. That's okay. Bite your tongue. Hold it in. Journal it. Go for a run. Go take a boxing class. Go punch that anger into a punching bag. Release your emotions healthily. Journal and work on a plan to do better. Make a plan and work on the plan. Talk to your parents. If they don't hear you, they just can't hear you. Sometimes they're deaf to what you have to say. And sometimes the only way they're gonna see and hear you is with the actions. They don't hear words. They see actions. They hear actions. They only see and hear results. When you pull up with the job you've always wanted, when you pull up with that money, when you pull up with that apartment, that's when they're gonna be like, oh, so this is what you meant. Oh, you were serious. Oh, look at you being happy and successful. You telling them that, it's not gonna do a thing. They need to see it. Be respectful of the beliefs that they have. Be respectful, respect it, but still express your thoughts to a certain extent. Some parts, if you know your parents just not gonna hear you, stay silent. But you need to set those boundaries. If you want me to do a video on how to set boundaries, let me know in this comment section below. If you want me to do a video on how to have a conversation with your parents, let me know in the comments, because you know I got you. Just seek common ground, seek what you guys have in common, seek shared values, and focus on that. Focus on the good. Have empathy and understanding. Listen to each other. Look at the good in your parents. They really at the end of the day, in their brainwashed minds, they love you and they just want the best for you, and they think that this is the best for you, and you gotta just understand that. And you have to be the one to say, you know what, or even say it with your actions, you know what, I know you think this is what's best for you, but actually this is what's best for you. This is what makes me happy, and you're gonna see my happiness, and you're gonna see that I can attain happiness without this religion. But words aren't gonna do anything, my love. You need to put forth the actions. So in conclusion, I know this was a lot. Building trust with your JW parents requires balance, understanding, communication, and empathy. It's hard to feel worthy when your parents tell you that you're not worthy without Jehovah, without Jehovah's Witnesses, without the organization, without having a certain amount of field service hours and making comments and Bible studies and blah, 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 blah. It's hard to believe that you won't deserve love if you don't serve the cult, if you disappoint your parents. It is okay to disappoint your parents. You're scared to disappoint your parents, and I understand, bro. I feel you. I hear you. You're not alone. Seriously, I know what that feels like. And it's gonna take time, okay? It's going to take time. Be gentle with yourself. Give yourself grace, but work on it, okay? I want you to just promise me that you'll work on it, please.
Please, I want you to be happy, bro. I want you to be happy.
I just want to remind you that you are worthy. How do I know that? Because you exist. That's all I need to know. You were born. You exist. Therefore, you're worthy. You were born for a reason. You're not just here just because. We need you on this earth. I need you on this earth. There's only one you. You have a special superpower that no one else has. No one else is me. No one else is you. And I want to get to know you. I want to see you thrive. I want to see you happy. I want you to share your success stories with me. Please, let's heal together. You're not alone. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to be at peace. All of these challenges you're going through, it means that you're strong enough to go through it, because you're never going to go through something that you can't handle. It's just going to get you stronger, bigger, and better. And you know, I went through a lot in my life and a lot of things I did not deserve, but guess what? It made me who I am today. And I'm grateful for who I am today. I never should have had to have gone through those things, but guess what? It's life. Life isn't always going to be fair. Life isn't always going to be happy. There's going to be people that are just born into rich families that get whatever they want and they're successful just like that, just for being born. And some people don't have that. Some people are born in homeless shelters. Some people are born in jail. Some people don't have parents that don't even care about them. Some people have parents that just abandon them and leave them in the streets. Some people let their boyfriends abuse and sexually abuse their children. Some people have parents that beat them black and blue every single day just because they looked at them weird. I'm not invalidating your experience, but realize that there's so many people that are going through way worse than you. Life is not easy. Everybody has a story. Everybody has a story.
Everybody has a story.
But it's up to you to decide how you're gonna write that story, how it's gonna play out. You get to write your story. Yeah. The past is the past. What's the future looking like? Your future is determined based on your present. You can't just hope for the future without working in your present day right now. Work with intentions. Make a plan with intention. It's 2024, bro. Let's get better. Make that plan. Set your goals. Have quarterly goals. Let's work on it together. Your peace and happiness, it's not just gonna be handed to you like, here you go, sweetie. I see you were having a hard time and you had a hard life, so here you go. No, you need to work for it. It's possible. It's gonna be hard, but it's possible. No one said it would be easy. It is possible. I promise you. Just be respectful, have understanding, communicate, and really the thing that's gonna keep you secure, the thing that you can look forward to, the thing that's going to give you hope, the thing that's going to keep you alive, keep you afloat when you feel like you're drowning is your goals. You need goals. You need to figure out, what is my vision? What do I want my life to look like? What do I want in my future? What do I want? What is gonna make me happy? What do you want? What is your happy life? Who's in your life? Who's your significant other? What does your career look like? Where do you live? How much money do you make a year? You can have it, but you need to allow yourself to have it and know that you deserve it. Write it down and work on your goals. Your goals is what is going to keep you afloat. My goals is what wakes me up every single day. It's the reason that I keep pushing. I'm nowhere close to where I want to be, but I'm so much better than I was in the past. And my goals is what keeps me going. And my goals is the one thing that will never leave me. My goals is never dishonest to me. My goals never hate me. My goals never talk shit to me. My goals aren't my demons. My goals are my best friends. My goals is my life. My goals is my everything. My goals is my peace, my security, my happiness. It's not money. It's my goals, because my goals is within myself and it's what I know I can accomplish, and it's me. It's me versus me. It's you versus you. This is your life. Let's get it. It's 2024. It's time to start working towards the life that you deserve and that you want. If you have any personal experiences on this topic that you want to share with us, please let us know down below. We are a safe community here. It is a safe space here. There's no judgment, all love. So please, if you have any personal experiences or you want to share any thoughts, let me know down in the comment section below. And if you found this video helpful, please, if you could, drop a like in the comment section below so I know, you know, I'm doing something right, okay? And just know that I love y'all. I appreciate you. And even though I never met you, even though we don't know each other personally, guess what? I know what it's like. You're not alone. I love you. I care for you. I'm here for you. I'm here for you. I believe in you. I believe you are worthy. I'm talking to you. You are worthy. You are deserving of love. You are loved. Even if you don't feel like it, I'm here to tell you, you are worthy and you are loved and you deserve to be loved. Speak it into existence. I want you to have a post-it note and I want you to write, I'm worthy, I'm loved, I'm deserving of love, I'm deserving of everything I want in my life. Every single great affirmation, write it on a sticky note and put it on your mirror. Put it on your phone. Read it every single day. Have gratitude. Be grateful for what you have. Be grateful for where you're at and realize that life could be worse. If you want me to get into affirmations and gratitude and all that and do a video on that, what is it? What is it that you gotta do? You gotta drop a like and you gotta drop it in the comment section below. So thank you so much for listening to my long speech. I really did not mean to hurt anyone's feelings or be disrespectful or like yell at you or attack you. That's not my intention. I just want better for parents and children. I believe that there can be change even with JW parents. I believe that some of you genuinely do love your kids and you want the best for them. It's just you're going about it the wrong way, and I believe in you. I hope that one day you wake up, even if it's not to the truth about the cult, at least wake up to your child and wake up to realizing that raising your children in this religion is dangerous and it could lead to their death, their emotional death, their mental death, their physical death. Realize that this is not no joke. Even if you're ignorant, even if you don't believe the words I'm saying, I'm telling you it's real. It's real life. I wouldn't lie about something like this. I wouldn't make up such a lie like this. It's real life. I want you guys to have healthier relationship with your kids. I want to see healthier parents. I want parents to have healthy relationships with their children, or else you're just going to continue this cycle and then it's just going to be an ongoing cycle. I believe in this generation. I believe in the future of this world, and it all starts with us. We have to be the change we want to see. It starts with us. Stop pointing the finger because you got 3 other fingers pointing right back at you. Start with yourself. Start healing your childhood trauma. Go to therapy. Work on yourself. Work on your goals so you never have to struggle. You never have to rely on a man to provide for you and provide for yourself. Be financially independent so when you do get into a relationship, even if anything happens, you know you got you. You know you can provide for your partner, and you know that even if your partner can provide for you, you can still provide for yourself. Ooh, I'm getting to a whole nother topic. Let me stop. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love y'all. Mwah. Let's bring you a little closer. Ooh, y'all. Ooh, goodness. Oh, let's zoom out. Let's zoom out a little bit. How long have I been? An hour and 20 minutes. That's crazy. But thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. I hope this helped. And you guys are amazing. I love you. And
Say hi, Daddy. Oh, are you okay?
oh my goodness. He's like, girl, leave me alone.